Ready, aim, fire.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Scarce here.
My clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to
This is real.
Fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Europe. This is the most badass YouTube broadcasting all the known land. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Tommy C. This is Shot from the Point, and this is probably already going to be a legendary episode. We have the very, very legendary John Scarce here. What's going on, man? Thanks for picking me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man.
So, I just want to cut right to the chase as soon as possible. You know, you made this offer out there for guys. You made this offer for small YouTubers because you had a big story, and about why you left. And let's start with it. Why did you leave, and why are you back?
So it's a very, very long story, but I'm gonna try to cut it as short as possible.
Okay.
And
we got an hour. We got 1 hour. We got 60 minutes, so you can tell it at any pace you want.
It's a bit personal, so there's a reason why I didn't want it to be on my main channel, because, you know, I do have family that watch my videos, and they knew some about this, but they didn't know the whole story, and I don't want to stress them out with, you know, everything that I'm going to say here today. So I'll just get right into it.
Sure.
Man, I wish I wrote some stuff down before I did this, but I'll just do it from the top of my head. So a couple months ago, back in October, I was, you know what, actually I'll go even further back. So about 2 years ago, I went to the doctor, and my entire life I've had like some serious fucking issues, man, with sleeping. Like, I'm sure you must have issues with sleeping too.
Yeah,
I feel like everyone has issues with sleeping.
I have, and the Army made it worse, and YouTube even made it worse than that. So yeah.
Yeah, dude. So I had some fucking crazy problems with sleeping. Everyone in my family has like some form of insomnia, and I feel like I was just kind of like the creation of all of these fucked up people with terrible insomnia. And then I just came out, and I had the worst out of everyone in my family, because it's just, I don't know how to turn my brain off at the end of the night. You know, even if I read a book for like an hour, or I just don't go on social media or anything, doesn't matter how comfy my bed is, I just don't go to sleep, right? So I go to my doctor. I asked him, like, what can I do about this? And he gives me the same bullshit, you know, I'll make sure you go to sleep at the same time every night, whatever. I do that anyway, so it didn't make any sense. Clearly, I still didn't get very good sleep. So then comes October of last year, okay? And this is when things get a little bit weird. So I get a new doctor. This doctor, I don't know if you could say he was like a little more ghetto, I guess. It was definitely not in the best area, but it didn't really matter. I mean, he's a fucking doctor, right? So I went to him, and, you know, he made me take this sleep test. I take the sleep test the next day. Clearly something was off with it. And he's like, dude, we're going to need to prescribe you with sleeping pills, okay?
Okay.
So my doctor, he doesn't prescribe me with normal sleeping pills. I mean, if you think about sleeping pills, I guess you would think of pills like Ambien or Triazidone. I've had friends that have taken both of those.
I think I know where you're going with this. Did you get hooked?
Yeah, he prescribed me with Xanax.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'll just.
It's nothing to be ashamed of, dude. This happens all the time. You're not a junkie. I mean, this happens all the time. The whole opiate problem in the United States.
Yeah, man.
Dude, you have nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing to be ashamed of. But go ahead. Keep telling the story.
So he prescribes me with this stuff, and he tells me to take 1 milligram per day every single night, okay? So, you know, when I go to sleep, take 1 milligram every single night for 30 days, right? So I took his advice. There was people and friends that I knew that told me that this probably wasn't the best idea. But at this point, I was a fucking zombie, dude. Like, I went into his office that day, the doctor's office, whatever you want to call it. And I was just fucked, dude. Like, I looked probably terrible. I could barely just make full sentences. I sounded like a fucking idiot, and driving was like the hardest thing I've ever done at that point, because it was just like, you know. Yeah. So I don't know if I brought up anxiety a little bit, but I told him I don't get anxiety in public. I only really get it when I try to go to sleep. So I guess he thought it would be a good idea to prescribe me with Xanax. And, you know, he gives me this pill bottle, whatever. He doesn't give me the pill bottle, but he gives me this prescription. He also gives me another prescription for psychiatry and a bunch of other shit. I throw out the psychiatry referral because I've done that shit before. It doesn't work for me. It might work for other people, but every time I've gone to therapy, it just makes me more anxious about shit that I have to do, you know? Gotcha. So I threw out that referral. I go to CVS. I pick up the bottle of pills. That night I take, 1 milligram. I get the most sleep I have ever had in my life. I literally knocked out, dude, for 12 hours. Okay. Gotcha. So I wake up, I feel amazing the next day. And I think, these pills are fucking God, dude. Like, this is amazing. I've never gotten so much sleep in my life, you know? So the next day, I'm constantly thinking about these pills. So I took one the next day, and I just kept going, man. Like, literally a weekend.
They got you. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So a weekend, I was taking 1 milligram a day. And by that point, I don't know, man. Like, my anxiety started getting way worse, dude. Like, I'm guessing I must have started building a tolerance or something, but it was only a week, So I don't think you build a tolerance in a week, but I just couldn't sleep again. So
you doubled up.
The doctor, So the doctor gave me extra advice, and I remember him telling me that I can take 2 milligrams a day. He says that's fine. You can take 2 milligrams a day if you really can't go to sleep. So I start doing that, right? Because I just didn't think it was that big a deal. I didn't think it would be addictive at the end of the day, to be honest, because the doctor prescribed it.
It's highly, you think that, it's good. They're not going to put me in a bad spot. Yeah.
Yeah, and clearly people warned me about this, but it was to the point where I didn't give a shit at this point. It was just like, dude, I want to get some sleep, and there's no other way I can get this sleep other than taking these pills. So I literally took, 1 milligram a day for pretty much the whole month, and there were some days where I would take 2 milligrams if I couldn't sleep. It was pretty fucking bad, dude. By the end of the month, dude, every single night, literally, it went from 2 hours before I went to sleep. I would constantly think about taking it. I would constantly think, okay, you got to take your pills, man. You got to take your pills. Constantly, dude, every single night. And it got worse and worse to the point of where, like, 4 hours before I would go to sleep, I would just have these, like, signals in my brain telling me to take these fucking pills. I got you.
I've been there. I've been in the same spot as you. It was over different drugs.
Really?
But I don't know if you want to hear it, but I had a tooth pulled. What the fuck? Your wisdom teeth when I just joined the Army, and I had them. But they removed them one at a time. Each time the Army prescribes me something called hydrochloroquine. Right? I've told this on my show before. And look, I smoked a little pot. I did some stuff, but I was never really a drug guy. I was more of a drinking guy. And at the same time, I got in trouble, so I wasn't allowed to leave post. I got in a fist fight. And I wasn't allowed to leave post. So I didn't, when they removed my tooth, I didn't even take the pill because I wasn't in any pain. They did such a good job. But when I got in trouble and I couldn't go out the weekend, I just popped the pill for fun. And what ended up happening was I started doing what I just started thinking about it all the time. I couldn't wait for the weekend to come so I could just get fucked out of my mind. And I know exactly where you're coming from. And I'm not like, I'm going into the Army completely clean. And I'm thinking, well, the doctor prescribed it, so it's okay. Even though, and then I'd get more each time a tooth came out, I'd get more and more and more. And then I finally ran out. And if I ever saw this woman again, I'd kiss her in the face. I tell you, I'd hug her. So I was trying to find, I actually got in a system where I could fool the Army into thinking that I needed more, even though the freaking operation of my teeth was like 3-4 months earlier. And somebody caught it. And I remember I came back waiting for my pills, and they handed me aspirin. And the first reaction in my face was to punch this middle-aged woman in the face. That's the first crazy thing that came over my head. I had to clench my fist because that's what this shit does to you. I would never hit a woman, but that's what this shit does to you. So I know exactly where you're coming from. So I had to go out on a detox on my own. And then I remember after about 3 days, sweat's coming out. I'm like, that woman just saved my life. By the way, some of the other soldiers, they still figured out how to sham and get more drugs out of them. Every one of them didn't leave that post And because I was an Auntie, every one of them got fucked. They had health problems. They couldn't do their PT test. That woman saved my life. So, like, again, man, I don't know about your family situation. You have zero to be ashamed of. The opiate problem's a big thing, and it doesn't affect you. It affects a lot of other people. I've seen it before. But keep going with your story.
Yeah, man, I completely empathize with you, man.
I know where you're coming from, man. I've been there. It's the weirdest. It makes you somebody you're not, you know?
Yeah. So, no, 100%. I was lying to my friends because at first I told them that I was just taking it for sleep, and they all advised me against it. So I started telling them that I didn't take it as much, and clearly I was most definitely taking more than I probably should have. But, you know, by the end of the month, I didn't have any pills left. So, you know, I live in New York. So if you obviously have a dealer for weed in New York, right? And I get my weed from this guy. And chances are, if you know someone who sells weed in New York, he probably has connections to someone who can get you whatever the fuck you want, all the way down to like heroin. So I asked this guy, he was able to get someone to, I don't know, prescribe or get me Xanax. And I was able to, you know, I just started getting Xanax from this dude. So clearly at this point, I'm an addict, dude. I'm getting like Xanax from some random dude that like I didn't even know at this point.
Wow.
It was a friend of my dealer's. It wasn't good, and I bet you he was overpricing some of the stuff.
Sure,
he
probably knew who the hell you were too, so he's jacking it up.
Yeah,
you know. Keep going.
Yeah,
bro.
And so the next month comes around, and I keep taking these, and I guess my tolerance just gets worse and worse, dude. You know, by the time February rolled around, it was so bad, man. Like I was taking 3 milligrams a night, and some people say that's not very much. Like you could take, I don't know, maybe 10 in like a day and probably be fine. But to take 3 milligrams at one time, it's not good. So I would be taking them every single fucking night, dude. And like literally, if I didn't take them, I just thought I was gonna have a panic attack at night because my anxiety got so bad. And I never had anxiety like this before. But my guess is, you know, the Xanax, it made me not have to cope with my anxiety. So like my anxiety just got worse and worse, dude. And by the time February rolled around, it was so bad, man. Like I was having panic attacks just out in public, and that never fucking happened to me before. I never got anxiety in public, right? And it fucked me up really badly. And you can watch some of my videos from in February, and yeah, I look pretty much high in those videos. But I never took pills before I made videos. I would take them the night before, but it's still
beating up your body. It's still beating. When you say panic attacks, it was like a Tony Soprano thing. Like it was just like you're falling down, or were you just
man.
Really
like you feel like you're gonna have it's not. Well, it probably isn't that bad. I never fell down in public, but I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack. Like I just was breathing really, really fucking quickly. Like, have you ever smoked a ton of weed before?
No, I have a family. I'm an ex-soldier. Yeah, I smoked a ton of weed before.
So, and like you feel like you're gonna die, but you're not. You know, but you just have like a panic attack, right? And it was pretty much the same thing, except it definitely was worse. And this would happen in public. And the craziest part about this is like, back in December, I got into a car crash. Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
that didn't get out. Nobody found out. I didn't hear about that.
Yeah. I didn't tell anyone about that.
Okay.
Well, except for obviously the people in my real life, they knew about it, but I didn't tell anyone on YouTube. Now, it was just like a fender bender, right? But clearly I was in the wrong here. I failed to yield, and I took the chance, and it wasn't that big a deal.
Come on, you're a New York driver. I mean, I grew up in New Jersey. It's you take chances on the yield sign once in a while. I mean, I get that.
Yeah, dude, the traffic is crazy out here, man. Like, you got to take split-second chances whenever you get the chance, you know. So
can you tell me what county you live in Long Island? I don't want to dox you, obviously, but I don't think we grew up too far apart.
I live in Nassau County, like right next to Queens.
See, we didn't. So I grew up about an hour and a half from your doorstep. I literally I'm just by the Outer Bridge crossing, and
really?
So I grew up like an hour and a half from your doorstep. So I know exactly what the oh god, I forgot the name. God, I've been away for so long. Not the BQE. The damn highway when you get off the Verrazano, the east. I'm getting old. whatever. But I know like that road going all the way up Long Island. I know how insane. Like you can be driving.
Long Island Expressway. You're talking about?
Not the Long Island Express. Well, that it eventually becomes the island. What's the damn name of the road?
Northern State Parkway, Wanta State Parkway.
The one when you get off Verrazano. The name of the road when you get off Verrazano. You get off the Verrazano. Brooklyn's on your left. The water's on your right. And
I don't know, man. I don't go into the city a lot.
You don't go to the city
I
a lot?
don't deal with that type of traffic. Fuck that.
Yeah, well, yeah, you could literally.
I could deal with the Long Island Expressway traffic, but I don't drive into the city. I'll take
the Long
train.
Island Expressway is like Jersey Turnpike. I can handle that, but I can't remember the damn name of the highway, and it's been a long time since I've been home. But once you get off the Verrazano, you could be going like 70, 80 miles per hour, and like just be right next to a car and a car right in front of you, like within inches away. It's just the way it is.
Yes.
So I do have some idea what you're talking about. But do you think the car accident had something to do with what was going on with Xanax and things of that nature?
Yeah. So I didn't take a Xanax before this accident. I didn't take one, but I did the night before. Like the night before, I took like 2 milligrams, and the thing is with Xanax, I think it has like a half-life of 12 hours. So I still had like a milligram in my system, while I was driving. And I know people drive on Xanax all the time, and I'm sure there'll be people out there that'll say it's easy to drive on Xanax, but it's fucking not, dude. It's definitely, you definitely have to be on your game, dude. But this is shit that was prescribed. I mean, in December it wasn't prescribed.
Yeah,
dude. That's when I was getting it from a dealer. But still, I always thought in my head, I would rationalize it. I'd be like, okay, this is fucking legal, man. Like, I mean, it definitely wasn't legal when I was getting it dealed to me. But like, I would rationalize it thinking, okay, well, my doctor said this was okay, so fuck it, man. Like, I can drive, the night after I take this, and it's not going to be that big a deal. So I do get in this car crash. No one was hurt. It was like a fender bender, but it ends up being, dude, like $20,000 in damage to my Tesla. Like this Tesla sucks, man. When it comes to just anything, man. Like the wheels are all fucked up. It really sucks. So I was definitely pretty depressed at that point in time, and like there was so much damage to my Tesla. My deductible was so fucking high.
Did you ever think about all the YouTubers' car accidents that you reported over the years, and you were looking at your Tesla and just like thinking how ironic that must be?
Yeah, dude. Nah, fuck that, man. I was so pissed off. But you know what? Like, I guess I'm gonna have to pay it off my insurance the next couple of years. I paid like $2,500 because that's my deductible. Because if I had a lower deductible, I mean, I'd be paying so much money in insurance every month for this Tesla because I'm so young. But so that happened. I got in that car crash or whatever, and I did think something was off, but I just kept going, man. Like I just kept taking more and more because I really, like, I would try to go a day without taking it, and then the next day I'd just be like, "Fuck this, man. I don't want to deal with this anxiety anymore." Like I'm having these fucking panic attacks, like, and I never had them before I took this stuff.
You're only
man.
20 years old. You shouldn't be having panic attacks, buddy. You don't even have kids yet. I mean, I really feel for you, bud. But
yeah, dude, the anxiety was so real. It was so fucked. Like,
was it YouTube?
I'm sure
you did take a break just before the Jake Paul thing, and you jumped on. I remember, actually, we spoke in the DMs very quickly because I asked you out for a beer. You said you were too far up Long Island. And you had just come back at that time, and you were doing really well when you came back especially with Jake Paul, and you had even said in one of your videos, this is like Christmas for YouTubers, this guy. And was there something going on?
The summer was great.
Yeah, the summer was fantastic. Was there something going on then, or is that is that what got the ball rolling? That is a
family thing that went down. I'll just be I don't know how much I can say about this, but probably the closest family member that you can ever have to me, one that I grew up with, had some depression things. I'm not going to get into what exactly happened at that time.
I don't want to touch
because I don't want my family to watch this and then they,
well, I'll tell you something.
I just don't want to talk about it too much.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to go in there if you don't want to go there. But here's the thing. I'm not Barbara Walters here. I can't express enough. All right, I'm old enough to be your fucking dad, dude. What happened to you, and I can tell your family this right out the bat. It's happening to a lot of people all over the states. You have zero to be ashamed of. And I guess the next question is, are you doing something about it? Like, what was the aftermath of this? Like, when you realized you had the problem, like, where did you go from there?
So about a week after I stopped doing YouTube, I had planned for this for a while, man. Like, I wanted to get off of it ever since that car crash.
Gotcha.
literally I tried so many times and it didn't happen. So then I'm just like, fuck it, man. I'm not going to do YouTube. I'm not going to do anything. Okay. I'm going to have a fucking free schedule. I'm just going to try to go outside as much as I can. I'm going to try to be the best version of me that I can. I'm going to try to like get my health on point. You know what I mean? Because at this time I was smoking weed. I was taking Xanax. And I mean, first off, if you smoke weed and you take Xans at the same time, the munchies are just crazy, dude. Like, you just want to eat the world, man.
So how'd you lose all this weight? You look freaking fantastic.
Yes. So now you know what happened with the weight issue, okay? But so I've been going to the gym for a year now, and I have been building up quite a bit of muscle. But the thing is, I've had fat over that muscle, right?
Sure.
So I've wanted to like get my nutrition on point. I actually have had a trainer for a long ass time now. He's like the best dude ever, man. This is a great guy. He's completely natural. He's helped me out with building muscle and stuff. And I have a really good deadlift now. I can bench a ton of weight.
Sure.
So I've been going to the gym 5 times a week, literally for the last year. Okay. Now during December and January, I didn't go to the gym as much because of the Xanax issue.
Sure.
I didn't want to take the chance and drive. I didn't like driving at all because I was just terrible at driving.
You don't want to be doing a lift and have that fall on you. That was the right move. You probably shouldn't even been behind the wheel. It's a good thing you didn't go to the gym.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, it's never like I popped a Xanax pill and then instantly went to go drive, but it would be the night before. You know, it still would be in my system, like you said.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. So, whatever. So January, February goes by. I wanted to get my nutrition on point. I wanted to finally be able to show off this muscle that I got. You know, I want to get laid again. I haven't been laid for like well over a year, man.
You're a freaking famous YouTuber. What's the matter with you? Jesus.
Nah, dude. If you're fat, like anyone who's fat will tell you this, you're not gonna get shit if you're fat. Dude.
I don't believe that because I used to watch these fat soldiers in the army. They were just charmers. You know what I mean? You got it.
Maybe I'm just not that. Like whenever I look to get laid, I'm looking at like e-girls on Twitter. Do you know what I mean? Like that's the.
I love your honesty, by the way. You're fan. Your hand to be gold here.
Well, it's not
I
like.
Understand. I got you.
It's not like it's not like I'm fucking Brad Pitt over here, right?
Yeah,
like I gotta get what I can get.
I think you weigh less than me now. To be honest with you, I weigh about 220. I think you.
Yeah. Right now I'm 200.
Yeah, so. Congratulations. Good work. Real good work.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
I'm so ready to be under 200 because I have not been under 200 pounds since I was literally in grade school.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be so excited about that. Probably happen by the end of this week.
You're a big guy, though. You're what, 6'2", 6'3"? I mean, you're not a short
6'3",
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, so because I mean, when you come out behind the tree, you're a big. The voice does not match the body, and you came back behind that tree. I think that's one of the reasons why it got so memed. Is just nobody. I think a lot of people expected you to be sort of the skinny home game playing nerdy type, and here you are. You're like a big dude with a flannel. I think that's why it got memed so much because it was just such a. I think it shocks people. How many years since you did the face reveal has it been? I think it's been 3 years?
Probably like 2 years,
2.5 years.
Yeah.
So it's like it was a big deal. Coming.
Yeah.
I'd love to talk about that treat, but I do want to talk about.
So let me tell you what happened.
What finally got you going in the right direction,
yes.
or are we there? Okay.
Yeah, so we're there. So February rolls around. I just want to get off of this already. So I free up my schedule. There wasn't much news anyway, so I just decide, okay, I don't have to upload while I do this. And I stopped, man. I completely stopped, and I kind of was a loner for like the first month. I didn't talk to many people. I didn't hang out with many friends. Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of people might have had the wrong idea and thought that this break was like a vacation or something. That was most definitely not the case. No. The first 2 weeks, man, were brutal. And I don't even know if it was 2 weeks, to be honest with you, because the days were like connected because I just was not sleeping at all. Like literally 0 hours of sleep for the first 2 weeks. So like, I didn't know if it was Monday or if it was Wednesday because if you don't get sleep, you can't really fragment your days. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was terrible, man. And I know like a Xanax withdrawal, usually it's not that long, at least from what my friends have told me. Mm-hmm. But for me, it took 2 weeks. And then even after the 2 weeks, just trying to get to sleep, man, was so fucking hard, dude.
I imagine.
Did
you try to go to the doctor? So you're saying you broke yourself from this. Did you go to a doctor? I mean, go to rehab or even think about going to rehab at this point?
No, dude, because if you go to rehab, you have to like pretty much your family has to know, right? Like
so you're still hiding this.
You have to have like someone outside.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So the thing is with my family is, and I've talked about this in videos before, but there's plenty of people in my family who have had drug addiction.
Gotcha.
People currently have drug addiction in my family. And
you're the
to be honest with you, like
you're the golden boy. You're the golden
I'm
boy.
like the pillar in the family that doesn't fucking get addicted to drugs. Do you know what I mean?
You probably have drug addiction in your DNA. It's probably something that's passed down. If you have so many, you're Italian, I'm Irish, and there is some alcoholism that runs in the line. Some of that is genetic. So I mean, I'm not saying it's not your responsibility. What I'm saying is it might be a part of of your family's makeup. It's some of this stuff is out of our control. I'm not saying that you don't have any responsibility, but some of this stuff is out of our control, and that's why I can't say enough. You really shouldn't be ashamed. I guess my only concern for you is I know you don't want your family to find out, and that's your business. But if what I worry about, John, is if it pops up again, you're going to protect your family and not protect yourself. There's going to be a time if that happens, you're going to have to go to rehab. You're going to have to go, Mom, I need help. And I just, I'm just putting that out there now, and I'm going to move on. And I'm saying this. I'm saying this because I mean.
No, I think I'm probably going to end up bringing it up to her tonight. So
do it. Talk to her.
I'm definitely very nervous about it.
Oh, you should look. You're Italian American, right? So, because I'll never forget that, and you should put your mom on your show more often. When you put her on that one time, she goes, "You want me to come over and do your laundry?"
But she's really good too. She can't say anything. I mean, she wouldn't bring anything up about this addiction. Trust me. She's So
go ahead.
That's the issue with it is that I didn't tell really anyone except for I had one really good in real life friend who like just helped me a lot with this. Sure. And that was really the only person that knew. Most of the people in my life didn't know. No other YouTubers knew. So if any YouTubers claim they knew, fuck no, dude. I didn't make any of this stuff public.
I would
have. And I know YouTubers, man. If I told a YouTuber this in confidence, it would have gotten out. Somehow,
Everybody knows. You still talk to Leafy? Man. Are you still talking to Leafy? Because it's coming up.
No, I don't know what the fuck happened to him, dude. He's been gone for like 4 months, right?
Oh, God, longer than that. I think
I stopped talking to him after that Kingslayer situation. I think me, Leafy, and Great all agreed like he's not gonna talk anymore. Like fuck that,
I haven't talked to him in a year, but every so often he and then he really disappeared, and some people started getting nervous, and I was like, because a lot of people were like, well, check with Scarce, because Scarce is tied with him, and we couldn't get a hold of you either.
Yeah.
But all right, that's I was just wondering because I was wondering if you were talking to him. Well, that's how you kept it secret, never tell a YouTuber anything. So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Like, what's the plan from here on out? What's your plans?
Well, so I'll just finish this up real quick. Sure. So the withdrawal happens. I go through a month and a half of just fucking bullshit, man. Just trying to get sleep and you wouldn't want to see a video from me during that time. Like I was thinking about making a video, but it probably would have been. Not only would it have been bad, but it would have made me look It would have made me look bad probably because I looked fucking terrible. I looked messed up, and I wasn't taking care of myself, man. I was taking care of myself in the sense that I was sober, and I was trying to go to the gym as much as possible. 5 times a week. I was still going to the gym 5 times a week.
Gotcha.
But the amount of caffeine I was taking every day just to get up and to try to work out and stuff, and I was just, dude, it was fucked, man. I felt like complete garbage. So eventually, April's rolling around. I do that video for Keemstar, and pretty much by that time, I'm okay. Like I've gotten a couple nights of sleep since then. And recently I've been okay, man. Recently I've been able to get some sleep. And like I said, I have been 100% sober. I haven't smoked any weed. I haven't drank. I wasn't a big drinker anyway. I think I'm like the opposite of you. I like weed, and I don't really enjoy drinking.
But that was the thing, like with the Italian kids where I grew up, they all got hooked on drugs, and we all were drunks. It was. I'm not saying that it never crossed, but that was always that was always the.
I would think you would be a little Italian. I don't know.
No. I just grew up around too many guineas like you. That's the problem. You rubbed off on me.
Yeah, dude, your accent, you sound a little.
My
Italian
mother's from
with your
Staten
accent,
Island.
man.
My mother's from Staten Island, so and I grew up.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And
makes sense.
let's be honest, accents sell on YouTube, makes you more interesting. If you're gonna be so honest, I am. I put it on a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Why don't you have a
I
Long
guess it
Island
depends
accent?
on
You
the
should
accent,
have. You should have a thicker accent than I do. Why don't you have a Long Island accent? Did your mom like yell at you to like say things like, "Don't say"?
I don't know,
over here?
man. My mom's from Philly.
Oh, your mom's from Philly. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and my dad's the one from New York. So
Dad's from New York.
I don't know. I don't know, man. My parents speak completely normally. No Long Island. Maybe that just kind of came out like a Long Island accent.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I
maybe
bet
a
if you're
little
one of
tiny
those,
bit, but nothing
when
crazy.
you're one of those guys when you get pissed off. What are you looking at? Something like that.
Yes, I don't get pissed off very often, man. But yeah, when I do, dude, when I get pissed off, it's fucked, dude. My dad had anger issues when I was a kid, and I'm not gonna get into all that shit, but. Dude, when I get pissed off, it's not fun. You don't want to see me pissed off. That's why you probably never seen it on YouTube.
6'3". I'm not messing with John Scarce.
Maybe like twice a year.
But you're gonna need to get pissed off too because you want to box. But before I went to box, I want to get into the I guess it's the April 1st DramaAlert episode.
Oh yeah, can I just say
go
something real quick about this,
Sure.
just so people don't get the wrong idea.
Sure.
I know, like, I'm sure people call me like an addict after this or whatever, but I feel like drug addict has like a kind of a bad connotation. Like when you think of drug addicts, I think of people in my family who have stolen from me, and that's the first thing I do with my YouTube money is I left my parents' house because literally if I didn't lock my door at night, I would have thousands of dollars stolen from me every single time.
You know what that you know.
My first vlogging, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
My first vlogging camera was stolen. My Xbox, my PS4, my PS3, all that shit was stolen from me. And so I feel like it does come with a negative connotation. Sure. But the thing is I did not burden anyone with this. Okay, the main thing that I tried to do in February was don't stress people out with this. Don't burden anyone with your issues because you got yourself in this whole, I don't know, pull yourself up from your bootstraps and just try to get the fuck out of this yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I do.
I feel
and, John, I appreciate that. But here's the thing: this addiction didn't start on the street. This addiction didn't start at a party. You went to a doctor, and I'm not I said, I'm not trying to relieve you of any responsibility. But you went to a doctor, shit went wrong. I don't put you in line with a crackhead. And yes, you became addicted. But I mean, you can't. I mean, look, you're a public figure. People are going to call you a junkie and stuff like that. We know what this is. But I got to be honest with you. Pulling yourself by your bootstraps is great, but part of pulling yourself up by your bootstraps is going, "Hey, mama, I got a problem," and there's nothing wrong with that. You are not the first guy that's in this position. You will not be the last guy in this position. You wanted mom to think you were better than the other ones, but you didn't even.
My siblings have drug issues, and my mom's stressed out about that. She's stressed out about it so much right now, and I don't want to fucking stress her out about anything else. Do you know what I'm saying?
I know. You love your mom. And I know Italian families, but I got to be honest with you. I don't want that to be more important than you. There may be a time where you can have this ain't over. You're in a good spot, but I mean this ain't over, and you got to stay on top of it. And sometimes that's asking for help. And it's just by coming on here. I think you want to tell the word. You want to get this off your chest. And I got to be honest with you. This is not a serious. You didn't steal money. You didn't buy. You didn't do any time. You didn't.
Exactly.
I
Yes.
mean, dude,
I just want to say real quick that. My staff still got paid while I was gone. The only person who wasn't making money was me, okay? So it wasn't like people were out of jobs because I left, okay? It wasn't like it just wasn't like I tried leeching or finessing anyone while I was, going through withdrawal.
John, you're beating yourself up. You don't need to beat yourself up, bro. You did fine. Some fucked up shit happened. This is called life, bro. I mean, this shit happens. I mean, look, people are going to troll you on the net and shit, but I got to be honest with you, you're doing a good thing. My concern is you want to ask for help if shit breaks down the person. It doesn't make you a bad person. I'm serious. I'm serious. And I know you're worried about your mom and you're worried about your siblings. You're worried about your fans. And I think you've really come off in this chat like how much you really care. I don't think that's bullshit. And, a lot of YouTubers don't give a shit, as you well know. So I don't think you need to apologize to me or anybody else. You had a problem, you let people know about it, and you're going to fix it. And that's it. There you go.
Yeah.
You know,
and like I said, I have been sober, 100% sober the last 2 months.
Keep it up.
And I'm gonna keep trying to just better myself health-wise for the rest of this year. I'm gonna keep going to the gym. I'm gonna keep losing this losing all this weight, man. And hopefully, I don't think I'm gonna relapse. I've had family members that have relapsed multiple times, but I am keeping myself away from that shit, man.
You're gonna work
hard. I blocked that guy's number.
I
don't even know what that guy's number is anymore. So I blocked his number. I made sure to not look at it. So it's not like, unless I like really actively try to reach out, I don't think I'm ever gonna, start taking Xanax for sleeping again. And plus I have been getting some good sleep recently, so that's good.
A lot of love in the chat, by the way. People saying we love you, Scarce, and just to let you know, this could happen to anybody.
Thank you, man. I haven't looked at I'm not looking at the chat just because I'm too nervous.
It's actually really proud. We're proud.
That's why I didn't want to talk about this on my main channel, dude. Because oh my god, I just imagine the fucking.
No, it's there's hearts. We love you. We're proud of you. You're a legend, dude. People really love you. And I remember specifically when you came back during the summer, you were kind of fed up with YouTube. You had the personal family issue, but somebody hit you up at the mall, and they were like, "Dude, where are you? I miss your stuff," and you got right back on there. I mean,
yeah,
I
exactly.
You do really care. Thank you so much, EMZ. I'm sorry I can't read these. I think it's more important to get this, but thanks so much. Good to see you back. That's one of the part of the donation here. So I mean, and I gotta be honest with you, like, I got friends that got shipped back to Ireland because of fucking drug stuff. I got, I don't know, God, me and Dave, we lost, I don't know how many people to drugs, and they were all legal, by the way. My friend Brandon's dead. He died on Christmas 5 years ago. He didn't even make 30. Yeah. And we've suicides, the whole nine. I mean, we've been through this, and I just can't tell you enough that this is not the end. It's the beginning. I'm saying, and I'm going to even give this. If you relapse, it's not the fucking end of the world. Go to mom, get some help. I'm telling you. That's what. Look, you feel a little better? Because I know people want to talk about DramaAlert. They want to talk about boxing. I want to talk about a little bit about your past.
Yeah, man, ask me anything.
Sure. First of all, DramaAlert. Why'd you do it? And how did that come about? Because it was a great episode, by the way.
Keemstar hit me up, and I think last year, obviously I was a bigger YouTuber than Keemstar last year, and I hit him up, and I was like, or I don't know which one of us hit each other up. I can look through the DMs, but one of us hit the other one up, and we were like, yo, next year we should do a thing where we switch places. And, I upload to DramaAlert and you upload to my channel, right? And, this year came around and he's like, dude, you should upload to DramaAlert. And I know Nuda was uploading at the time. And I guess he needed someone for April 1st. So I came in, man. And it took me forever to set up that thing, dude, because, like, my setup was pretty much done. Like because I didn't make videos for like 2 months, so my setup was pretty much like stripped and stuff. So I had to like make this whole new setup for DramaAlert, and it took like fucking 8 hours, 9 hours of just straight working my ass off to get this out by midnight. And I think I still got it out by like 1 a.m. But I was still able to get it out. So
gotcha.
Whatever.
So, I mean, it was just a fun thing for you to do, and helped you let people know that you're back, or at least you're on your way back. It was really funny.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what everybody wants to know, though, right? Did you give the Hitler salute deliberately on DramaAlert, or was that a Hitler salute? I got it up on the screen right now.
Yes, dude. I am actually a confirmed Nazi. My grandfather was a Nazi in the World War II.
He's Italian. He couldn't have been a Nazi. He would have been a fascist, by the way. You're Italian.
I'm just kidding. My grandfather was in World War II, but he was on the American side.
All right. So. Good stuff. But did you do that to piss Keem off? I mean, you did. I can't literally do that or say what it means because I live in Germany.
Dude, I thought maybe it'll get his video age restricted or something. I was like, this would be so funny if I made a video for DramaAlert and I did the Sieg Heil thing, right? Yeah. And it just got him fucking age restricted or some shit like that. He didn't make any money off the video. I just thought, because I didn't get paid for the video, and that's fine. I don't really care. But I just thought it'd be so funny if I did that. He got age restricted.
Yeah, that is really funny. He did it. Oh man, that was great. It was a great episode. It's really funny. It's really good to see you back. I also noticed So you did. I also noticed you seem to have a little more excitement in your videos. You're doing bits and cuts and stuff like that. You're doing quick bits and then getting into the news.
Yeah, man.
Are we going to be seeing more of that? Because honestly, I like watching you hold the gun. I thought that shit was funny. I like watching
I don't think
you
I could do that in today's YouTube, to be honest with
God,
you.
Yeah, but I mean, sure you could think up something. I mean, it's really fun to watch you kind of let loose once in a while. It gets everybody.
I enjoy it, man. I really enjoy making the skits. It's just the thing is I do so many skits that don't get shown because there's a fine line between funny and cringy. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes, but I like cringy. I live for cringe. Yeah, see, like if you do something cringy.
Like me and my friends will do a skit, and it'll just be we'll work on it all day, and then by the end of the day, I'm like, nah, I don't want to show this to other YouTubers. I don't want other YouTubers seeing me like this, just because it's so cringy, man. Like, I'm just like, fuck this, dude. I'm not gonna even show this skit to anyone, you know?
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. I love the one with your mom. That was absolutely my personal favorite.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, the one with your mom. Like, hey, can you want me to do your laundry?
That's my mom, dude. She's just like, she's so awesome, man. That's why, like I said, that's why I didn't want to burden her.
You don't want to hurt her.
She's like the fucking best person ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what else do you want to ask me?
Yeah. Boxing. You seem to be pretty serious about it. You said you're gonna give it your best shot. I guess.
Dude, I'm so down, man.
Really?
I'm so down.
That strikes me as out of character for you. Were you athletic in high school? Was this your?
No,
target?
like I said, over the last year, I've been going to the gym 5 times a week. I have a trainer. I've been, dude, the improvement that I've made is incredible. And recently, I just feel like athletic. I know it sounds weird, and I know I don't seem like an athletic person, but I just feel like my breathing's on point. Like I can run fucking like 3 miles, dude. And I've actually been doing runs every single day just to try to lose a little extra weight.
Sure.
And what I've been doing is to get my food every day, because I don't keep food in my house, because if you keep food in your fucking house, then you just binge on it. So I don't have any food in my house, but I'll run to the grocery store every day, and it'll be like, it's like I don't know, 1.5, maybe 2 miles to get there and back. And I'll just run there every single day.
Really?
And then I also go to the gym for an hour and a half, 5 times a week. And then during the weekends, I'll do, I don't know, I'll do ab workouts. Like I'll do planks and stuff. And I don't know, I'll just do a ton of shit during the weekends.
So you want to punch
something.
You want to punch somebody is what you want to do.
Yes, dude. I want to test my strength in the and also I do know that I'm going to look like a fucking idiot, because clearly you need years and years of experience to look somewhat good in boxing.
That's not what YouTube boxing's about. YouTube's boxing about going in there and doing your best. So, I mean, I think that was really great. Look, I don't know, guys, if I'm going to win. I don't know anything about boxing, but I'm going to go in there and slug them. And I think it's a damn good attitude. Look, nobody knows what the hell they're doing. Hey,
and all the guys in my gym are into boxing, too. I could definitely get a trainer.
Joe Weller knew what the hell he was doing, and he lost.
Oh yeah, dude. I feel like he knew, like he boxed well before KSI. KSI just won. I mean, it was strange how he lost, but
I think KSI is a combination of not having a killer instinct. I don't get the feeling, Joe. You gotta want to hurt your opponent, and I think KSI has some heavy freaking hands, because I think the one punch that he clipped him on didn't seem like much. It looks like one was something that skimmed off, but I don't think Weller was ever the same.
Yeah, dude, KSI has some good fucking genetics.
It's just
literally in like a couple months of training, you can already see that he's very built. Like,
yeah, I hope he's doing more cardio. I hope he's doing more cardio this time.
Is he African? I don't know, man. I think he is like Nigerian. His parents are or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think,
but dude, he has some amazing genetics, man.
Yeah, I know. Oh, he's a big dude, but I mean, I hope he does more cardio this time, because his hands dropped early in the fight, and he's gonna, Logan Paul is he wasn't just a good athlete in Ohio. He was a great athlete.
Yeah, dude, Logan Paul is definitely bigger than KSI.
It's gonna be tough. I'm like,
Logan Paul's been big for a while though. You could, if you look at interviews for him from like 2013. I mean, he was pretty big back then, and he was only like a freshman in college.
Yeah,
so
Logan Paul, from what I'm told by people called here in Ohio, he wasn't just a good wrestler. He was the best wrestler in the state when he was in high school, like the whole state.
Yeah, dude. And all I'm saying right now is, if I do actually get on the undercard, right, and I win the fight miraculously, I doubt that would happen.
No, you're going.
All I'm gonna say is that moment, I'm gonna go up to the announcer. I'm gonna and I'm gonna just talk shit about Logan and Jake during the event, dude. I'm just gonna go in on them, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean, maybe I'll be too nervous because there'll be fucking millions of people watching, but that would be so funny. I want to do something like that. I want to say something crazy that gets everyone riled up, you know?
You know what you should do when you come out for the fight? Have a big tree in front of the exit and just walk out like all badass. New Scarce, the new disciplined, hungry, want to punch people Scarce. But when you like get it like WWE,
Exactly.
you have a tree and you come out and you have your little thing and just that would be badass if you get to the ring. You did
See, the only issue. What's up?
But you did. Keem came up as a boxing opponent, and you said you were down. And Keem shortly tweeted afterwards, "Look, I'm too old." Which, by the way, you might think that I'm going to bash you. I'm only a little older than Keem. He's not. He's too old to fight. You're only
so?
like fucking.
Because my trainer is 30,
but he's been doing
and
it.
He's fucking built, dude.
But Keem's been sitting around smoking cigarettes and making YouTube videos. Your trainer's been training and boxing and practicing the craft. It's a little different for a guy that's 36, 37. It would be damn like look. The odds are you're not going to get killed, right? But it's probably not a good idea at his age, and he has kids. You, on the other hand, are probably young.
Because I think your muscles, don't your muscles kind of peak at that age? Like when you're like 35, maybe 30, your muscles, you have the most muscle mass in your body. You know what I mean? Like
if you take care of yourself pretty much the whole way through. If you because people think athletes peak around anywhere between 28 and 30. Yeah, because they're pro athletes and we see them when they're on television. Like if you don't take care of yourself, you peaked around 25, 22. You know, I mean, it's stuff like you have to take care of yourself. It has to be.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, I think you can get in the ring. I think you're young enough to get in the ring, and you got something to fight for. To be honest with you, and it would have been cool to get you in Keem, but you guys aren't exactly in the same weight class. I mean, I think you should, pick an opponent that's pretty much got the same thing.
Well, that's the
They
issue.
want to get a shot. They want to get you a shot. Who could you see?
So Raka is the one that currently we're trying to fight or whatever. And Raka is a good dude, but the issue here is he is 160 pounds, and we tried
that's a lot.
So we were trying to make it 180, right? But I still don't know, like, I think he might want me to go a little lower, and I think if I were to go to, like, 170, that would not be good for my body.
No, you're too big.
But I can try it,
Yeah, but you're too big.
It's just I'm 6'3", I feel like being, like, 170 pounds at 6'3" is going to
180,
be, I'm going to be a fucking skinny dude, you know?
I wouldn't go much lower than that, and you don't want to go in there like a stick, dude. You want to have a little.
Yeah, so that's the issue right now. Is there's definitely a huge weight difference between me and Raka, and I think the height difference is pretty crazy too. Not that it really matters, but
if you could fight anybody, who would it be? If you doesn't matter like weight, like is there ever a YouTuber you really wanted to throw down with?
Dude, I would want to throw down with Keemstar. That'd be so funny. It would be just like such a fun fight,
Yeah.
But I would be down to fight anyone, man. Any YouTuber with over fucking 4 million subscribers, or even if you have 1 million subscribers, but if your channel is really fucking relevant, then fuck it, dude. Like, let's fight. I want another YouTuber that I can like. See,
I don't want
if I were
you
to fight a really small
guy,
YouTuber, then everyone's gonna root.
But I don't want you. I don't want you fighting some guy like Joe Weller. That's what I want. I want to fight. You should be fighting a guy.
That would be a fucking massacre, dude.
But it'd be fun to get you in there and something like that. I don't want you fighting Joe Weller or something like that. A guy that just wants to try boxing. That's what you should be looking for. Be nice.
Yeah.
But I'll bet you with Keem. Keem's probably been training over in L.A. and he's probably sparring or at least working out with guys that are like your age and younger, and they're all ripped and shit. And he realized, what I knew when I was in the Army. You're done. You're finished. You're not going to beat somebody up half your age anymore. Your body just kind of goes. And if you keep this up, then how about Billy the Fridge? You want to fight Billy the Fridge? Somebody?
Dude, I don't know if I want to fight someone that that much weight because
be like King Hippo in Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Well, to be honest with boxing, it probably wouldn't be as hard because it's not like MMA where he can just jump on me. It's like he has to still get punches.
He has to punch.
Right?
That's punch. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We go over boxing.
So
go ahead. I'm sure. Go ahead.
But Keemstar did offer Wings of Redemption $25,000. Keemstar literally told Wings, "I will give you $25,000 for your surgery if you box me." So he was like going all in on Wings of Redemption. But then when I come around, and I mean, Wings is young too. I mean, I think he's still in like 27, 28 or something.
Yeah, but
yes,
he's
Wings
no
of Redemption
business
is
getting in a
half.
ring.
He's
got
a quarter
no
ton, but still.
No,
I don't know.
No, I'm gonna. All right, I was not gonna talk shit about Keem. Here's the thing. When I saw that, all right, first of all, he could offer that $20,000 to me. But maybe I'm not relevant enough, but there's plenty of history there. He could offer that to me.
Do you think the Sidemen would want that though? I mean,
I don't think they probably wouldn't. They probably wouldn't. I'm just saying. But
I'm not talking shit about you.
I tell you what.
I
tell you what. The people would want it. I tell you right now. But here's the thing: when I saw the Wings the Redemption thing, right? And to be honest with you, I'm not rich. I can't. I would need something like that. I would use that money for a trainer or something like that because I don't have that kind of money to spend on like 5 days a week. I know all these other guys do, but I don't. And the thing is,
maybe barely have that type of money because it is very expensive.
It's
very expensive.
When now I am going to talk a little shit about Keem. When he asked that guy to fight, the first thing that went through my mind is he doesn't want to fight. He wants to beat somebody up. This is a competition. You know, I come from a sports background. This is a competition. He wanted to beat somebody up. And I got to be honest with you, your height and weight, you know, it might not matter in a boxing match. Maybe he could tackle you. I mean, I've seen him kind of some of these videos where he throws down. He's not afraid. There's certainly not aspect.
I think Keemstar would probably be hard to fight.
I think he would be too. Like he's a bull. I mean, he's got like a bull's mentality. And
he definitely has high testosterone. I'll tell you that because when I was debating him, I mean, he was just, dude, he would go crazy in these debates, and it's hard to debate Keemstar because he just
it's easy,
man.
No, it's easy. You should see the one I had 2 weeks ago. I kicked his ass. It's not.
Oh, you guys debated 2 weeks ago?
Oh yeah, about 2 weeks ago. I kicked his ass out of the fucking room. I'm not even saying that. You don't even.
I didn't see it.
No, you've been gone.
I don't know.
Welcome back, John.
I know you and Keemstar have all this drama. I don't want to get in the middle of that. You know, the reason why I came on your show though is because I know Keemstar won't report it if because Keemstar doesn't report on people he dislikes, right?
Yeah, that's true. No, that's true. No, you're right. It's smart. Well, I'm glad you just came on to have this conversation. It's a big favor to me, and we really appreciate it. I want to get into some of your past, all right? Stuff like that. What did you think when the drama went down in 2016, when grade A under A, because you were approaching 1 million, but you didn't quite have it yet, and grade A under A shouted you out during the whole drama with Grade and Leafy. Did you know that was coming? First of all, and how did it make you feel when your explosion? You're a pretty prominent figure. But that made you sort of put you in like legendary status after that. How did that whole thing go?
So I just want to like make this very clear. I told Grade and Leafy because they both came to me before they made these videos, and I told them don't do it, and that I do not care, and I don't want you to shout me out. That's what I told them. I was actually very adamant about this because I told them it's going to bite you in the ass down the line. They did it anyway, man. So. I know people claim that I was involved in the conspiracy, dude. I was literally there trying to stop it.
I'm pretty. I can't really 100% confirm you're involved in the hit because I was on the other side of the fence. Your name never came up once before the video, and I knew the videos were coming out a week before.
It seemed very obvious that I was a part of it, right? Because I got the most out of it, right? Like my channel blew the fuck up, 1 million subs in 1 month, but it wasn't like I was behind the scenes, pulling the strings, in calls with Leafy and Grade. No, we had one call, and in that call, I told both of them, guys, I've dealt with Keemstar before. Don't fucking do it, dude, because down the line, it's going to bite you in the ass.
It did.
And, it did. So, whatever, man. It's not like I don't really care too much about it anymore, right? Because both Leafy and Grade have kind of left YouTube. So, I haven't talked to them in a while. The last time I talked to Leafy, we were talking about taxes, right? And I was telling him, dude, I have to pay so much in taxes this year. And I remember him telling me, he's like, dude, I'm not even going to pay taxes this year. And he was just going off of how he's not going to pay his taxes. And I'm trying to figure out, like, did the government catch him? Because this point, like, at this point, dude, he probably owes millions.
Don't say that. Don't say that. I didn't know. Well, I heard, like, last time I talked to him, he was making money on crypto. So maybe he's got a couple more mil.
I remember him talking about buying a Bugatti and stuff too. So hopefully he didn't do that because it definitely wouldn't have gone down well.
Last I knew about him, he's got that pretty little girlfriend of his, and he's not making videos anymore. And he was into crypto, and then he disappeared, and everybody got worried. Clown got worried. Billy got worried, and he let us know we were alive. And I don't know that anybody's really talked to him since. I think he's finally gone now. And it's unfortunate.
Yeah, man. I was kind of like, and when we had that conversation too, like I was trying to convince him, like, dude, like you gotta fucking do this, man. And he just would not have any of it, man. He was so immature about it. But I do like Leafy. I mean, he's a cool dude for like shouting me out. I have no quarrels with the dude. And I do think that what happened to him, not that it was unfair, but I don't know if he should have gotten as much hate as he did. He definitely got so much fucking hate. You know what it was?
Man. It wasn't just Keem. It was Keem. It was Nick. It was Zaptai. It was Elvis the Alien. It was everything.
It was iDubbbz.
It was.
I like iDubbbz though. Me and him. Yeah. Whenever we DM, dude, it's always great conversations. He's always saying nice things, and I'm always saying nice things about him. So, you know, I just didn't really get involved when that Leafy situation went down.
So, all right, I never thought you were involved because look, there were we knew the video was coming, and I know Keem did everything he could to try to work it out before them making the video. He went to them and said, "Look, we worked this out. You had a problem with me, blah 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 blah," and they were dead set on doing this. And I remember when the videos came out, I was thinking, this is stupid because all this stuff is all you're saying. He's a pedophile and he's talking shit, and there's so much.
Well, Keemstar is not a pedophile.
That's
that grave video really pissed me off.
Yeah,
and that grave video I think is what pretty much completely shattered the entire thing because Grade went one step too far, right?
He did.
He started calling Keemstar a fucking pedophile when Keemstar is not a pedophile, right? Like, yes, there was that 16-year-old girl doing that thing, but there was in no way should he have titled the video with a pedophile thing in there.
No,
plus he shouldn't have even shown that. That was so old, and that wasn't even like Keemstar was. I don't even think Keemstar was trying to elicit anything from this girl.
No,
I
don't believe it.
I'd
never.
Yeah, and so that's what really shattered the whole thing. Was Grade just went so fucking far with it, and I was just cringing, man, when I saw Grade upload that video because I'm like, dude, this is gonna bite everyone in the ass in a month.
It hurt
and I tried to stop him, man, but it's not like, you know, what else can I do, man? Publicly attack them while the situation, it would have made me look like it would have made me look bad, dude. It would have made me look like, oh wow, these guys are helping you.
It would made you look like you're in on it. I'm pretty sure you weren't in on it.
Yeah. I remember Keemstar called me and we were talking while the situation was going down, you know? It wasn't like there was no communication.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I remember that whole situation and him, he was hurt. I mean, he was legitimately hurt, and he didn't really understand the whole thing, and I was new, and, you know, I don't know what they weren't really willing to trust me with everything, but he was genuinely hurt, and he just wanted to work it out, whatever it was. But, I mean, there was, like, an arrogance, like, we're going to do it, nothing you can do to stop us, hardy fucking har, and it's just, like, I remember thinking, like, obviously a lot of things have changed, watching that whole thing down. I remember thinking, like, I am going to do everything I can because these videos suck. And I'm going to chip and chip and chip and chip away because these guys.
Yeah, dude. Same with Leafy's videos. Like me and my staff, we actually had some stuff, and you heard about it during Baited. But the thing is Leafy and Grade, they don't have like news staff to fucking stalk people on Twitter and shit.
It's your best weapon. I've learned so much. I tried my hand in the news thing. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So they brought up some shit that was so old, and the N-word clip from Keemstar, that doesn't have. It doesn't really have anything to do with him being a bad person because it was so old, and you can tell that this guy was fucking with him. Clearly, I don't go around calling people N-words when someone fucks with me, but it's just like the shit they were pulling out it was ridiculous because it was stuff that, like, I don't know, they could have said so many other things.
Yeah, I know there's a ton of things. It's funny they picked everything that was like weak or already over. Or it could be explainable. I don't think anybody really believes that Daniel Keem is a goddamn racist. He lost his fucking mind and said something crazy. But as far as a racist, I mean, I've never seen any kind of behavior like that from him. I mean,
yeah, man.
Yeah, it's just they took it so far. But I always got the feeling they felt so invincible because they were. You got to remember
the reason why their videos weren't better though is because I didn't get involved. That's what I'm trying to say. Like if I got involved and I was like, dude, here's like all the insider info that I got on Keemstar, right? And I just sent them all these fucking stories and shit. Dude, maybe their videos would have been fucking crazy, but I didn't even get involved. Like I literally
thought we got this. We're the hottest thing.
Myself in the situation, right?
They probably thought we don't need you. Maybe they didn't want you to. Maybe they didn't want your fingerprints on it either. You know, if we go down, we go down together. You know, but it just seems to me like they didn't think they could be stopped, and it was just like they could say anything they wanted, whether it was the truth or not, and it was going to stick because they were grade A under A, and Leafy is here. That's the feeling I always got. But that being said, I actually like Leafy. He's a really charming guy, and he's fun to talk to.
He's a good dude.
I kind of miss him, to be honest with you. Yeah, that was a crazy time.
I just wish that he started making different content, like maybe started vlogging or something, or not vlogging, but like started showing himself in real life and stuff.
Grade's an exceptional talent.
The content kind of got it was the same stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Leafy was. Leafy stuff was getting. I think you know what Leafy should do. I told him this. Be Calvin. Call yourself Leafy's here, but drop the thing, because he has a lot of interesting things to say about money, about life, about politics offline, and he's getting older. I always said, go and be Calvin. That's what I've always told him that. I mean, look, he probably thinks like, what the fuck do you know? But and I don't blame him. But I always thought like, you know, I think some of the things you talk about in our Skype calls, I think would make great videos. You know, because he's got a real thirst for knowledge, and Grade is super talented too. And I don't know what's going on with him, and whatever issues I may have with Grade, I hope he comes back. I don't like seeing, you know, seeing a great content creator being held down like that.
I don't know why he left.
RS Glory and Gold, Tony. One of the things the team bitched about publicly and the baited episode that never aired is that you deliberately and willfully really ran the hell out of the Tony story, which Keem was clearly in the wrong end, 100%. Did you overplay that deliberately? Or was it because? But I remember that video and you being really concerned about Rory and as about Tony, and you should have been concerned because it was a horrible thing that happened to him.
Dude, I made 2 videos on it, man. 2 videos, and it wasn't even like the second video wasn't a full video on this, right? The second video I had like one story, just talk. It was like a. No, I think I did make 3 videos. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure.
Did you do it deliberately, though? 2, did you like, I'm going to rub this in? Because he always felt like you went in there and rubbed it in his face, you know, and just like, fuck you, you're fucking... Did you use that?
Dude, I made one video where I mentioned him. The other 2 videos, I didn't mention him, and one of the videos was just like a really fun-loving video of Tony being all happy and stuff. That's it, dude. Like, I mean, how many Jake Paul videos have we made? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
But let's go on a different topic. I don't want to keep talking about
Sure.
You know?
Let's go into the thing. You started off as a. I've learned this today. I knew what a trick shotter was, but I wasn't a feeder, and you were a feeder and a trick shotter as a teenager, and you made it all the way, and you were damn good because you made it into FaZe's B team, Red. Let's see.
Dude, I founded Red.
You founded Red.
Yeah.
You, and I watched the videos today, you got kicked off of 2 teams. Why? What happened?
Dude, it was a fucking coup, man. I don't want to get too much into it, but
does that lead
there was a lot of people involved in getting me kicked from Red. It wasn't the FaZe guys. There was a lot of people involved, man.
Well, I'll tell you what my 2 News team came up with. They came up with you were starting your drama thing and it was gaining some momentum, and you did a story on a guy that was not on FaZe Clan, right? Because you were associated with FaZe Clan, and Banks had just signed him like that week. Is there any truth to that? That you got kicked because you did a story on a FaZe guy, but you didn't even know he was a FaZe guy at the time. Is there any truth to that?
I might have. I don't remember, dude.
You don't remember?
It's so far back, and I don't think I did, though. You could probably look at the videos from far back. I'm trying to think.
But you were kind of vague, too, and you took it very well. I got to be honest. I mean, you're pro gaming, got kicked off.
Well, I just kind of took the beating, man. Like, I did an interview with FaZe Rain, and he was just beating me up the whole interview, and I just took every single shot that he... Because at that time, I looked at FaZe as gods, dude. I looked at them as the gods of YouTube, and if you don't... All right, I'll say this. I worked as a FaZe staff member. I had the FaZe channel. I uploaded, and me and another guy, we uploaded to the channel, got members to upload. We made the videos. I edited multiple montages for FaZe. We got paid $500 a month.
Okay.
So we got paid less than sweatshop money. Mm-hmm. And the amount of time I put into FaZe was easily 5-6 hours a day. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So we were getting paid garbage, dude, and we literally ran the FaZe channel. Mm-hmm. Like the leaders didn't do shit. The leaders don't do dick, okay, in FaZe.
They're your bosses.
And yes, this might get me in drama, man, but at least back then, the leaders didn't do dick. And we were the leaders at the time, and we dude, the amount of videos, the FaZe 5-year anniversary video, that was all me, dude. I made that entire video in literally a day. I spent the entire day making that video. What I got was a great job from Banks and a great job from Temper and a great job from those guys. That's what I got for making that video, and it took me so fucking long. And keep in mind, I was the one making the 5-year anniversary video. After that video, the amount of times they tried to duplicate that video on the FaZe channel is actually kind of funny. And every time they duplicated that video, it didn't do so hot compared to the one that I made. So it's funny because I did the entire FaZe community montages. We spent so long sorting through clips. We did the FaZe clip of the week or whatever the fuck. We did the top 5 plays. We did all this shit. And the amount of time we spent on this, dude, was ridiculous. And we literally, at the end of the day, we made $1,500 all together. And that was like 4 months of fucking running the channel. You know what I mean? So it was such bullshit. And I'm so happy that I got kicked from Red. Like, it was the best thing to ever happen to me because at that time I looked at these guys as gods, and I didn't realize how much I was getting fucked over. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. I mean, but you know, a lot of people do. In fact, if I'm not one to stick up for FaZe Clan because me and Ricky have changed opinions of each other.
Well, I like Banks. Banks. Yeah. There's other leaders that I'm talking about here. Okay. It's not Banks.
Yeah,
Banks,
but
Banks is always a nice
what I'm saying is it could have been considered.
There's other people.
If I have to stick up for Gate, it could have been an entry level, and it obviously didn't hurt you. You were able to kind of parlay that into something else. So
yeah, dude, I'm happy that I got kicked when I did because my channel was already doing pretty well, and it wasn't like I got kicked too early. And to be honest, you know, I didn't get kicked too late either. So I'm completely happy with how everything went because after I got kicked, I was able to not just talk about fucking FaZe Clan in my videos. I talked about other shit, and it started working, you know, and it was pretty cool.
People trust you. People trust you because of your demeanor. You know, they don't like you might come out and say this is my opinion, but they don't think they have an opinion and agenda is 2 different things. And no one, I think that's why you've been successful.
Man, if anyone doesn't have an agenda on YouTube, it's got to be me because I don't talk to any other fucking YouTubers, man. I actually, when other YouTubers message me, most of the time I'll just fucking ignore it. Man.
I can vouch for that. I can vouch for that. I'll send you, hi, how you been? And you'll like write back 6 months later. Good.
Because it's not real relationships.
I understand,
when you're friends with a YouTuber, it's an LA relationship, man. It's one person is leeching off the other person. That's how every single LA relationship
I can't get used to that. I can't get used to that. That's the problem I have the most with this. I can't stand it. Andy Warski just screwed me recently. And I really,
dude, literally, if you go to these parties with YouTubers, it's like, it's just, I hate it, man. I really hate it. I'd much rather enjoy hanging out with friends that I knew before the YouTube stuff, and they're not looking at my YouTube channel. And usually, if I meet a girl, I don't tell her about the YouTube channel until, dude, far into when we're talking to each other. You know, I don't tell her anything about the YouTube shit.
All right, let's move on. This is a conversation we had before. You can walk away from. I'm not gonna kill you. You've given me so much. You can walk away from any of these questions. Me and Clown were talking about a year and a half ago, and I asked you flat out. I mean, Dolan Dark's done a lot of videos on you, and it's kind of helped. It's kind of helped you. I mean, I think some of the stuff is hilarious and really funny. But you had mentioned to me, that you were over it, but it did kind of bother you at first. Not necessarily Dolan Dark, but the meme in general. How do you still feel that way about the tree meme, about things of that nature? Dude,
those fat shaming memes were probably the best thing that ever happened to me because
really? Okay.
The more you fat shame someone, the more they want to lose weight. I mean, it's simple. It's just simple, man. And I hate the body positivity movement or whatever the fuck because
fuck that shit. Right?
You want to lose weight, and everyone wants to lose weight when they're overweight. Okay, clearly, right? And so. The more the more I get fat shamed, the more I want to lose more and more weight, you know. And it's just,
but did it hurt your feelings?
It's good for me, man.
That is good for you, and I mean, there is such thing as that. You can overdo fat shaming, but I mean, there is I'm not against fat. I'm not against like calling somebody fat. I'm against fat humiliation. You know, not like a fat joke.
Well, I wouldn't fat shame anyone just because first off, I'm still overweight at this point, but I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't fat shame anyone who was, like, obese because...
No, I wouldn't do that either, because it's like, what's the point?
Because I was there, man. Dude, I was almost 300 pounds at one point in my YouTube thing or whatever. So, obviously, like, I don't want to fat shame someone because at any moment I could relapse and turn into an obese guy again. And then it's like, I look back at this stuff and I'm like, wow, I was a fucking asshole because I know what it's like to be obese, man. When you're obese, your back hurts, even though you haven't you haven't done any back workouts the day before. Like your back just hurts all the time, especially the lower back pain's crazy. Your knees are fucking garbage. Your knees hurt constantly. I remember when I first started going to the gym and doing like deadlifts and stuff, I would have constant knee problems. Every single time we would do leg day, I would have knee problems the next day because there was so much weight that like my knees couldn't handle it, you know? So dude, I've been through that, and I would never ever want to fucking fat shame someone. That would be ridiculous at this point.
Yeah, but
you know?
like you said, you know, people goofing on you, and it got you in a positive area.
But it did help me. Yeah, it definitely.
I mean, I think it helped. But I'm not against fat jokes. I'm against fat humiliation when it goes too far. But I always thought there's a lot. I'm sure there was some shit you know about that I don't. Most of the stuff wasn't good fun. But I guess what I was getting at, did it hurt at the time? Like when you saw the Dolan Dark stuff, and how did you deal with that? I mean, that's something.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like especially like the iDubbbz stuff and all that. Whenever that stuff happened, I would definitely feel like a little like anxious when it happened because I'm like, oh shit, like you know, clearly there's people out there that dislike me and want to make fun of me, but you get over it after
that's
like
not true.
hour,
I've made fun
of
you before. I've never disliked you a minute. I've criticized you. I've made fun of you. I've never disliked. That's not true. Not everybody. I know Clown's made fun of you before. He doesn't hate you. No, I don't know.
I know, but it's just you know,
it hurts
when people are like making fun of you, and it's just it definitely makes you feel like anxious for like an hour or two. I mean, I'm sure everyone here has dealt with someone talking shit about them on social media.
Sure.
You feel anxious about it for a little bit, and then you get over it eventually. It's just like it takes like an hour or two, you know.
See, we are different. I like when somebody talks. I just want to fight. I just want to get in. Let's mix it up. Let's dance. You know,
dude. No, because like I said, when I get mad, dude, it's not just like a. It's not like I get mad. Like it would probably ruin my YouTube career if people heard me mad because I just sound like a fucking crazy person.
You don't drop the N-bomb like your competition.
No. It's not like I go racist. It's just like I wanna fucking kill you. You know what I mean? Like it's so evil, dude. I get very creepy and like evil with it. You know what I mean?
I got you. I don't know if I want to see like I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you.
You don't want to see me angry. No one wants to see me angry.
Bruce, you know, Scarce banner over here. Listen, one more tough question, and this is gonna probably be the toughest one. And we're gonna go to the funny stuff, and then we're gonna end the interview. iDubbbz, you brought him up. All right, he only said one thing about you. It was one fucking joke, right? And we all know what it was in the Leafy's. It was Leafy. If it was in the Leafy is here content cop. He said that you were boring and that you needed to improve your content. Everybody knows the joke. It's legendary. Did that affect you? Did that affect your channel? Did that change things for you after that?
Well, clearly, dude. That was kind of like that was the end of my prime on my YouTube scene or whatever.
Are you mad at him?
I mean, that's something that sticks, right? If you call someone boring, first off, my voice is kind of monotone anyway, but if you call someone boring, like, dude, there's no objective way to get past that, right? Like,
no, that's right.
Unless you just make the funniest fucking skits every single day, it's, you know, that's going to stick, dude, to anyone.
But you know, he didn't say that. I know he didn't say that to hurt you or hurt your career. I don't think he was thinking that far. He was just trying to crack a joke.
Well, he didn't call me boring. I think he said that my content wasn't good enough yet for you to subscribe to me. That's the comment he made about me. And it was true at the time. I mean, the content that I was making just wasn't up to par with the views that I was getting, you know? It made sense to me at the time. And it wasn't like, I mean, I was most definitely sad about it, but it wasn't like something where it was like, oh, he's lying about me. He wasn't lying, you know?
Have you talked to him about it ever?
Yeah, we talked about it, dude. Right, literally, like 2 days afterwards, I made that skit, and he was like, "Dude, that's amazing." Blah blah blah. He DM'd me with all this stuff, and you know, we made up right then and there, you know. So I have no issues with iDubbbz, and we've been cool ever since.
Yeah, but I think the thing is, but it is, you know, you get somebody like iDubbbz, and he cracks a joke about it. It can change your life. You know, and I think that's why people are so.
Yeah, it didn't change my life. I mean, it wasn't like I started making. It wasn't like I went broke, right? But it definitely had an impact on my life.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
I know what you mean, and that can't be easy. That's got to be tough. Like, you know, I don't want to sit there and cry, oh, poor social media personalities, but I mean that shit's difficult to deal with. I mean, it fucking hurts. It hurts. I mean, nobody wants to lose something.
It's stressful, man. But like,
sucks.
I'm just gonna say right now, that shit doesn't stress me out as much as other people. If for some reason, I'm very good at just closing the computer and just going and hanging out with friends or something. If there's some type of incident that goes on online where I'm getting a ton of shit, I'll just turn it off and then I'll go smoke weed with a couple of friends and it's done, dude. Like we forget about it by the end of the night, you know. So it's not like it affects me as much as you would think.
Okay.
The real shit that affects me is stuff that happens in real life. The internet stuff, for some reason, it's not as big a deal to me. For some reason, I don't know why.
Being recognized? You said a couple. I mentioned this before earlier in the interview. Does that really energize? I got recognized in Birmingham, England, and it feels good. I'm gonna be honest with you. When you do get recognized, does that send a jolt through you? I mean, does that make you want to get up and make?
Dude, it makes you really happy. Yeah, like when I went to Vegas, dude, the amount of we did this autograph signing, and there was just a line went all the way to like the other side of the fucking venue, man. And like we were just signing so many autographs, and it was so cool, man. It makes you really want to upload. And I think after that, I started making vlogs instead of commentaries because I was just so excited from all the people that I saw and everything that I did, you know?
Sure. I have one last question. Well, maybe I have two, and then we're going to end it. It depends on how if you, and I wrote this down too. Does what happened in Vegas stays in Vegas?
Yes.
Was it good though?
I'm not going to get into it, man. I've had some regrets in my life. That's all I'm going to say. But.
Oh, really? Man, I think, all right. Interview's over. You beat yourself up too much, and you are not a boring guy. You're really interested. First of all, if you quit tomorrow, you're an internet legend, right? Everybody's going to say I'm sucking your ass, but they're going to say that either way. You're an internet legend. You've made your mark on this platform. This is an historic platform. People are going to do videos about 10 years ago. There's kids right now that are watching that are going to remember this particular interview where they saw who the hell you were.
I don't know about that, man, but
no, dude.
Maybe.
I'm watching this chat. The people are loving Real Scarce. They're really, really loving it, and I am very, very lucky guy that I got to meet, because I did talk to you once before, and you are a really chill dude. It's not. I mean, it's not bullshit. You are who you appear to be, and I think that's people are really lacking that. I'll tell you. I think about it.
I just don't like to get. Like, I'd rather take the beating on YouTube and have people lie about me and stuff than to say, I don't know, I just don't care that much. I don't care about the truth coming out or whatever. It doesn't bother me as much as other people. So that's usually what happens during these drama situations is I'll just take the beating, I'll apologize, and then keep it going, because it's never really bothered me when someone lies about me online, except if it's like a pedophile allegation that I've had before. It's like, fuck that.
I've talked to you twice now. I think you're a good guy, and despite what you think about YouTubers, this is like a historic interview. I don't know if you know this. All right. Yeah, it is. It's an historic, and it's all you. It wasn't me. It was all you. If you ever need anything, I know you keep in your head. Don't be afraid to give me a call. And seriously, like I said, the shit we talked about in the beginning, and I understand like you want to keep it away from YouTubers. If there's anything I could ever do, what you've done for me, what you've done for my fans, and I'll never forget it. I'll be perfectly honest with you, bro. So I'm just gonna end this. I'm gonna go to the outro. I'm gonna talk to you. Stay on the line. I'm gonna talk to you real quick afterwards. And I'm just gonna say a couple things. Thanks for everybody for being a part of this really legendary interview. All my socials in the description box below. So thanks so much for the socials. I'll read them tomorrow. Thanks so much for the donations. I'll read them tomorrow because I got to call it a night. I want to talk to John real quick. And yeah, this has been legendary, absolutely. And thank you so much, Scarce, for being a part of this. I am Tommy C. This is Shot from the Point. And I will see you tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence. Devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist. Fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne. Running with these Wolverines, okay, you bout to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she bout to catch a pedigree. Chi-town to King's home, slapping fives, black stones, 6 mile to danger zones. Bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated to evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me lead them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe. Here's a headline.